Hello, dead gamers. Welcome to the video. Okay, guys, this is version 2 of the Mythic Mages build for the Necromancer in Diablo 4 Season 6, guys. This version has way more damage, guys. Like, way more damage. My god, it absolutely blasts. It's really, really strong. But it's still a full lazy build as well, so you can do all the content in the game with this, guys, and just chill. Watch your mages destroy the whole screen. I'm already critting for about 10 billion damage now on the mages when they proc the Ring of Mendelin. So it's working very, very good. So I've changed a few things to make sure we've got armor cap, resistance cap. We're now using Shroud of Death instead of Tyrael's Might. This version is squishier than the Tyrael's Might version. Tyrael's Might version is way tankier, but this one has way more DPS, guys, with the Shroud of Force Death. So if you're playing hardcore, use the previous version, in my opinion, just to make sure that you don't die. If you're playing softcore or you want to risk it, use the Shroud of Death version, because DPS is through the roof, man. It's through the roof. So guys, full lazy build, auto curse, auto tendrils, auto raise skeleton, DPS buff, etc, man. So let's show it in action. Right, let's quickly pop up. I'll tell you what, let's quickly go to private chat first, guys, and show the damage rotation on the training dummies first, because it's way better. And my gear's not like masterwork correctly now. My gear is actually quite good now. I've actually managed to get, you know, some orange stuff now here and there on my gear, which is kind of good, so that's helping a lot. But even the baseline version, guys, is going to blast T4 very, very early, okay? Let's quickly go here and we'll show some numbers and all that. Quickly show you guys the rotation. Then we'll do a quick pit as well. Not a full pit, just like at the beginning part of it, just show it in action and all that. Alright, so there we go. So let's pop Soul Rift first, yeah? So guys, you do Soul Rift first. Let me just get some multiple dummies up first. So multiple dummies, there we go. Alright, so the rotation is, guys, so when Soul Rift is up, basically, you have a vulnerable buff, okay, onto the targets. It makes all the targets vulnerable. You get infinite barrier and infinite essence, okay? You must keep Soul Rift up. Soul Rift is up via these runes here as well. Plus, as you're spamming Blight and Corp Explosion on enemies, it also resets your cooldowns as well from Decrepify, okay, as well on top. But as you're running around, guys, with Back Zek, every 20 meters you travel, we've got cap movement speed in this build as well. You reduce your cooldown by 2 seconds, okay? Which is really, really important. And here, guys, when we get CC'd or, you know, basically injured, we basically pop Barbarian's Warcry for 15x damage buff as well on top. Okay, so as long as if you're moving, when you're moving, guys, then you're always going to have this cooldown reset, okay? You can see we're just walking around now. You see it's coming down. But it's going to go naturally anyway, once you cast in Blight and hold it in Corp Explosion, okay? There we go, so you can see it's hitting way harder now. Way harder. When Ring of Mendelin goes off especially, you can see some crazy hits now. For a minion build doing this, it's nuts. Pick up the health globes as well for an 50x, and it deletes basically. Okay, so the rotation of this, guys, once again, cast Soul Rift, okay? Then cast Tendrils, it is done for you automatically as well. All the mobs together with Tendrils, it is done automatically as well. Then cast Blight. Blight gives you an extra 20x buff. Then you hold down Corp Explosion, pick up the globes, and repeat rinse. And that's it, that's what you gotta do, okay? Brilliant. Right, let's go to Paragon. Let's go do Pit now. Pit 90. But the damage is so much better now. So much better. Right, let's quickly go to the pit and do the same rotation. Right, we're going to Pit 90. Now, I wasn't struggling, but I could do Pit 90 on the Tyrael's version. This version does Pit 90 easy. Okay, it's nuts, so let's go in. We won't do the full thing, we'll just show it in action as usual. Then we go over the gear. And Paragon change. I've changed quite a few things on the Paragon board as well, guys. Alright, so again, guys, so Soul Rift first. Find some mobs. Make sure you're always hitting mobs with Soul Rift. It's got a big area effect. And you can see it's going through a lot quicker now. We cast a bit of Blight, cast Tendrils, guys. Bit of Corp Explosion to proc expose Flesh. And then, sorry, Flesh Eater. And then the pets will do the rest. Once again, so here's a pack here now. So cast some Blights in there, cast Tendrils manually. Up in CC, but that doesn't matter. Pick up all the globes while I'm in Blood Mist. And repeat rinse. And everything will just get absolutely deleted. This version of the build has way more elite damage as well. We've got tons of elite damage now. So it lets us kill the bosses now. And the elite packs like this, much quicker. Much quicker. If it's Tendrils, cast a bit of Corp Explosion. And get in Blood Mist to pick up all the globes. That way you're not blocked by monsters. And repeat rinse. Cast Corp Explosion 5 more times. and repeat rinse. You don't have to do this rotation. You can just let the sack ring do it for you completely. You know, and just sit next to the monster and just wait until the pets kill everything. But if you want to be a bit more efficient, that is the rotation, basically. But largely, if you're doing really easy content, guys, like Nightmare Dungeons, Helltide, you can literally just walk around like this, and it would do it for you. Okay, we can just do this. No, I'm going to press anything. Just going to make sure that we've got El Romo up here. We just go like this, and it'd be absolutely fine. Look, I'm just running around picking up health globes, and it's nice and chill. Yeah, it's nice and chill, yeah. But if you do pit push, then you need to do the full rotation, you know. Brilliant. Right, let's kill this pack. And then we'll go over the gear and the Paragon changes. Also, guys, in the description of this video, here's a snack guide to Mobalytics, as always. That'd be lovely. There we go. Hold it down. And watch him just get melted. Lovely. But it's such a massive damage buff compared to the Tyrael's version, because Shroud of Death, guys, just adds so much DPS. That with combined with the Paragon changes done as well, it's much better now. Right, let's go over all the stuff, chat, as always, yeah? Brilliant. Right then, guys, so let's go with gear first. This is a mythic version of this build, okay? So go farm those bosses, guys, tormented bosses, especially during Andario, and hopefully these items will drop. If you can't get them to drop, don't worry, you can use runes to craft them instead. Okay, and again, those runes, guys, all these runes will drop from the bosses, okay? It's very easy now to get boss materials in this game, using the seasonal buff to get the boss materials opal, and, of course, the tributes system as well, okay? So I've got absolutely loads of these. See these here? I've got 103 of these right now. Tribute of Titans. If you run this in the new Chorus dungeon, you just get tons of boss mats, guys, and just keep running bosses until eventually you get these to drop. But remember, as you're killing those bosses, you do get tons of runes, okay? So you can use the rune system, and hope you get a few trash sparks, you know, trash mythics from doing those bosses. And then you could just craft runes, okay? You can craft mythics, guys, via runes. So click on this here, and say you want, I don't know, Herb Edition for this particular build. Just go to this, right-click it, and it tells you that you need 2 sparks, Jar, Q, and Gar, okay? And just keep repeat farming those bosses, guys. You get all the runes and sparks eventually. And, yeah, you better do get the gear, okay? Lovely. Also, guys, I do giveaways of boss runs on my Twitch stream as well, twitch.tv/BigDaddy76. Do a lot of giveaways for boss runs, pulling people through, so go check out the live stream as well. Alright, guys, over to the gear then. So, Helm Perdition, guys. So, I've GA'd the crit strike chance, which is really important. Also gives us lucky chance as well, movement speed, and of course, core skills. Doesn't really care about the core skills here. It doesn't really do nothing. But it gives us a 60x damage buff, which is massive for an armor piece. This thing is godly. You know, with that crit strike and lucky chance, it'll help you do so much damage and reset your cooldowns really quickly as well. New addition, guys, is the Shroud of Death. Why is this item so good? Because of the +1 to passives. Doesn't seem like much. Now, when you look at this here, every little round circle node is going to be bonus by +1. Everything. So we're getting more huge flesh. We're getting barrier. More damage while fortified against elites. You get the idea. Spiked armor, more skeleton warrior mastery. everything that is a path is being buffed, even mages as well. So it's just like, it's really, really strong. So when you add all that stuff up together, it's a massive DPS buff for your character. It's about 50x buff roughly, 46 to 50x buff. So it's nuts. Also, it's got all stacks, maximum life, next attack after entering stealth, damage bonus as well, which I don't really care about in this build, and a bit of resource gen. So Shroud of Death surprisingly gives you a ton of damage. It's really, really good. But obviously with the Tyrael's version, you have a lot of all res and damage reduction and all that. So, but we found a way to cap out our armor and resistance anyway using Shroud of Death. But this version is a bit squishier. So just make sure that your barrier is always up when you're in range of monsters. Otherwise you might die. You do have more HP on this version of the build as well. I've got about 14k right now, which is pretty sweet. Alright guys, until Gems and Helmet then, I'm using back Zek. So like we said earlier, as we travel around, we reset our cooldown. Okay, so you can change stuff, other things you want, but for general farming, what this build is designed for, as you're walking around guys, your ultimate recalls down. Brilliant. When you're master this item guys, try to go for the all stats as well. Gloves guys, okay, I'm using reanimation here for the 45x damage buff for pets. My gloves are trash roll, okay, they're not that good, but the most important thing to GA guys, Masterwork up, is the Skeletal Mage Mastery, okay, get that right up. Then for Tempers guys, I've currently got Skeletal Mages and Soul Restoration, and that's absolutely fine, but on this version of the build, we're actually better off using the Crit Strike Damage Temper instead, okay. And can I show on this ring? I'm able to show on this ring. There it is, this one here. So, Worldly Finesse, Crit Strike damage. Why? Crit Strike damage over Skeletal Mage Mastery. Okay, and also, this is on the very top of the list as well, so it's going to be very, very easy to temper into your gear. You only want it on your glove and your amulet. But why Crit Strike damage over Skeletal Mage? When you're using the Grandfather increases your critical strike damage by 100%. Okay, so any crit strike damage you got on your gear is going to be doubled up. It's basically going to make you do way more DPS. So overall, it's actually better than Skeletal Mage damage. Okay, so do that instead. Put it onto your glove and on your amulet. I'm looking for new amulets and gloves now. But the way I put it now, it's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with this. But it just opens the door to other build types now. You know, it'd be possible to add a golem into this build as well now. We just do CHD across the gear. Awesome. I'll have another video for that very, very soon. Brilliant. So yeah, guys, attack speed, sort of Major Mastery, maximum life, and Soul Rift duration to keep Soul Rift up as always. And when you're GA in this, guys, on the Master Wagon, hit that Skeletal Major Mastery, baby. Go, go, go. Legs, guys, I'm using automatic Cursed Aura, so we're automatically cripple the whole screen for the cooldown, etc., etc. And until maximum life, Skeletal Major Mastery again, go for the GA there, then Armor and Soul Rift duration. Boots, guys, you're using the Cult Dominion as always, or the +2 pets. Intel, maximum life, all resistance now. We don't need the movement speed here now because we're capped anyway, because we get movement speed from Hera Perdition, which is fantastic. So we can change this now to all resistance, which we need now to cap on this particular build, because we don't have materials right now with that massive resistance like we did earlier. And then, yeah, so then, guys, Sword of Duration as well, etc., etc. Lovely! Brilliant. And then, guys, weapon, guys, the Grandfather. If hopefully when you get your Grandfather, guys, you get GA on the percent damage. I was very, very lucky to manage to master this up to 810%. That makes all your crit strike damage go nuts, man. And that's why you want the CHD tempers on your gloves and your amulet. And then, guys, we're changing to crit strike damage gems as well, instead of vulnerable gems on this particular build for even more DPS buff. And that's why we're getting tons and tons of crit strike damage. Look how much we get. It's crazy. Like, see this ring here, guys. Like, I've got 81 CHD on this ring, yeah? Crit strike damage. Let me take this ring out for a sec. And look how much it buffs it. Look. Bonk! Oh, look, 3.2k. And it's only 81% crit strike damage. So it gives you an idea how good this is, you know? And that's why those tempers are better than the mages. Right, amulet, guys. Okay, you want to use a Great Feast on your amulet. Your minions do up to 68% increased damage for essence. If your essence run out, guys, don't worry. That buff is still active. Go for intelligence percent. It's important to have intelligence percent, because the more intelligence you have, the more resistance you get as well for intelligence points. And this helps you cap out your resistance on your character. It's very, very important. Skulls, guys, in the jewelry here, and 1 diamond here to cap out as well. I've currently got damage percent on this amulet. I do not want that. I actually want attack speed here. At the moment, for me to achieve attack speed cap of 100% attack speed, I have to use a potion, which is basically the elixir advantage, 15% attack speed, and lucky chance. Lucky chance will actually help us reset cooldowns as well. So at the moment, I have to use this because my amulet roll is incorrect. Okay, so I want intelligence, attack speed, Hellbent Commander. At the moment, guys, I've got Skeletal Mage here, which I do want to change to CHD, Temper instead, then Soul Rift Duration. Brilliant. Sack ring, guys, the Lazy Dead ring. Let's go. Automatically raises all your skeletons for you and makes them the DPS buff go off as well. Corp Explosion as well to help your cooldowns. And of course, Tendril as well every 6 seconds. It's just a great ring, man. Gives you tons of movement speed as well. Power, lucky chance. It's a really good ring, man. Really, really good ring. When you're mastering this, guys, just go a couple of hits on movement speed and lucky chance. That's all you really need. And then, guys, of course, the Ring of Mendeln. Okay, love this thing. So, intelligence, damage percent, mid attack speed, and of course, Skeletal Warrior, Mastery. Mage Mastery, Golem Mastery. When you're mastering this, guys, hit this. Straight on the head. Every 6th attack from your minion is empowered, exploding for up to 6.4k damage. Brilliant. Right, guys, so attack speed calculation, okay? So this particular build, I'm getting 33% attack speed from my skill tree, for those who don't know, okay? So we've got a certain amount of pets, so we get 3% attack speed for each one, okay? So I'm getting 11 pets, so 33% attack speed there. And then just add your attack speed up, okay? So Kanan's Edict's attack speed doesn't show on your stat sheet, okay? Which is really, really annoying. And then you can see now, because I've got the potion on, I've got 42% here, Dominion attack speed from the ring here, with 29. Once we hit 100%, it's very, very important to hit 100% attack speed, it will proc Cult Leader. Just for those that don't know, Cult Leader is very, very important. You must have 100% attack speed to get the 200% damage bonus from this ring, okay? And if you miss it a little bit, you really notice the damage loss. So make sure you're on 100% attack speed, bang on the nose. Okay, all the best rolls will be in the description of the video as always. Okay, brilliant. Okay, guys, so let's go over to Book of the Dead. Skeletal Warriors, guys, Reapers as always. So transform a corpse. Then we can hold down Corp Explosion. Okay, in tough packs of monsters. And as the Corp Explosion goes off, guys, it resets all of our cooldowns extremely quickly. And also, you can hold down Blight as well. You can just spam Blight because you've got Infinite Essence from Soul Rift as well. Blight's got a higher lucky chance than Corp Explosion. This is 44, this is 70 with my current setup. And you can just reset all your cooldowns very quickly. So if you're fighting a boss, or say a pit boss or something like that, you're like, oh, my Soul Rift's going to run out. Just hold down Blight, okay? Hold down Blight, and you just see the cooldown go flying down super quick. Unless you're just running, if you're stationary nodes, of course. Then, guys, mages is always on the first one here. You get an extra 15x buff, guys, with Shadow Mages right here. Always use this one. Don't use the extra bolt. Use this. This is 15x across the board. It's great. Then, guys, we're sacrificing our Golem here for 35 CHD. If you're on hardcore, guys, you can sacrifice the Blood Golem for 20x life, which is very nice. If you need attack speed somewhere else, guys, you can sacrifice the Bone Golem for attack speed here as well. So you've not ever got quite the right gear rolls yet. You can sacrifice a Bone Golem, get the extra 15x, but best in slot will be the Iron Golem sacrifice of 35x as always. Brilliant. Okay, guys, so let's go to skill tree quickly. Not much has changed. I had to put a bit more spiked armor in, but we'll do a quick summary. So just 2 points here, guys. If you're leveling with this build, you can level with this build as well if you want to. Just the attack speed here. Make your pets attack fast while you're leveling. Then, guys, of course, huge flesh, so lucky chance to get corpses, which is really important. And then, guys, into Blight. Okay, so Blight here, guys, to this one here, Supernatural Blight. So you and your minions do 20x increased damage to enemies within Blight. So you've got a big strong monster there. Tendrils goes off, cast a Blight, all the pets get 20x, and they get smashed into the floor. Brilliant. Over here, guys, to your oh shit button, good old Blood Mist, which makes you indestructible and makes you leave a corpse behind every 1 second. You can go over here as well for 10x crit for 4 seconds when you come out of Blood Mist. Personally, I like the corpse one now, because when I go, say I'm doing pit pushes or whatever, Blood Mist into the monsters is chopping corpses immediately, and I can just cast Tendrils, or Sacral and cast Tendrils for me. Everything gets pulled into the one spot, do the rotation, everything melts and profits, great. Then, guys, to Corp Explosion, to Shadow Corp Explosion, okay? And this procs lots of stuns, cooldowns for your character, okay? And gets you your stuff reset super quick. Fuel by Death, guys, done automatically for you, 12x as well. Man, that's good, isn't it? Shroud by Death, man, is so good for these extra buffs. It's so good. So you get 12x here, guys, as well. And then Necrotic Fortitude, guys. We've got some barrier generation. Not that we really need it, but it can't help. Can't add a spare point, so throw it in there. Max out Titan's Fall, guys. 24x damage while fortified against elite damage. We've got so much elite damage now. Max out Spiked Armor, so we get cheap armor cap now, which is important. And of course, Skeletal Mario Mastery, guys. Don't want those boys to die. The higher the damage your pets do, the more it does on Mendling procs. Maxed out Death's Embrace, guys, as well. So we actually have more damage reduction from close enemies. 16% less is massive now. So put your jump sheet, you're going to be fine. But as long as the barriers up, of course. And you actually do 8x as well. So when you're fighting bosses, be actually close to them. Be really close to them. Proc that extra 8% x is good. Amplified damage, guys, the 16x as well. Then good old Decrepifier, guys, for the damage reduction, slow, stun, and cooldowns. This thing is God. And it's done for you automatically because of Cursed Aura. Max out your Skeletal Mage Mastery, guys, as well, 440%. We're actually accessing all this stuff here as well because of Shroud of Death, which is great. With extra healing and all that as well, which is great. Then Tendrils, guys, which does the slow stun. And then we're not using Vulnerable because we're doing Vulnerable automatically from Soul Rift. And instead, we are generating Blood Orbs, okay, instead. So when you see the rotation go off, Tendrils, when you cast it, or when Saccharine does it every 6 seconds, you see Blood Orbs. Pick up those Blood Orbs, you'll gain a 50x damage bonus, okay? So if you're in pit, put up a win, cast Blood Mist, then just gotta pop all the orbs, that way you're not blocked by enemies. And you just see them just get melted. It's great. We only need 1 point here, guys. We get an initial point from Shroud of Death, man, so we get Fortify very quickly. Then max out all the shadow stuff here. Well, not all of it. 1 point here, 1 point here. We get stun here as well for shadow damage. And then, guys, Gloom with extra damage. And, of course, Terror as well. These need to be maxed out. They're really good. And we get access to all this other stuff as well, which you don't really need. Then down to the main train, guys, of course, is Soul Rift. Max out Soul Rift, the more points you have in it, the faster it cools down. And this gives you Infinite Essence, Barra, and Vulnerable. It's just so good, man. It's so good. Just if this is up, you're not going to die. Well, very rarely you might die. Okay. Over here, guys, we'll max out Finality as well. You deal 20x increased damage for 8 seconds. I've cast an ultimate skill as well. So if you're in a pack of mobs that are really strong, but your ultimate is ready to go off again, pop it again for the extra 20x. You can see everything just melt. I've actually got some points of golem here, but it's just automatically done from the ring, which we're not currently using. Don't need, guys, to Inspiring Leader as well. So we get massive buffs now. This Shroud of Death is so good. Massive crit chance, guys, for us and the pets. And then, of course, Hellbent Commander always maxes out. And we get extra ranks from the Amulet and, of course, Shroud of Death as well. And I've got 110x on that now. It's just so good. Then, guys, last of these guys, of course, is Cannon's Edict for the extra attack speed and damage bonus for each pet we have. This particular one is 33%. Paragon change, guys. Right, so I've changed the board a little bit. It's still very similar to the board we had before. But I've just changed a few bits now, like the different glyphs in different slots. I just filled it out a little bit. There's a stat guide in the description as always, okay? I'm currently in Paragon's 262, okay? So you probably need about, I don't know, probably about 240-ish to make this work, like, properly sort of thing. But you should be fine, like, even at 200. You could do the bare minimum at, like, 200, which ain't too hard to do in the game right now. Brilliant. Okay, guys, first what we're doing is control. So damage against monsters that are CC'd. Okay, and we get 20x there as well, which is fantastic. They come up here, guys. I mean, we're still using Dead Razor here for bonus all these nodes here for our pets. And of course, Cult Leader and all the good stuff, all the pet and the stuff. You do this last, guys. Do Warriors last. But when you come up here first, definitely hit up all this minion stuff here. Hit mages, obviously, because we need that mage damage. And then, of course, Cult Leader. Brilliant. Over here, guys, the next tree, which is my favorite tree, Frailty. Love this tree. As we curse enemies, we get 40x buff over 4 seconds. It's just amazing. It's such a great tree. There's extra attack speed here if you need it as well, to make sure you cap lots of HP. But the main thing we've changed, of course, is the glyph here. Now, we are now using Corporeal, guys, again. Okay, we'll put Corporeal back into the build for the physical damage bonus, so Mendlin hits even harder. This has got a physical explosion. And any blue nodes within range of Corporeal, guys, gets buffed. Okay, so we're getting 50% vulnerable, almost 51% now. All here and all down here, guys, damage to crowd control as well. So it's a perfect spot for this. So right now I'm getting 160 damage to crowd control enemies and massive 140% vulnerable and that physical bonus as well. It's really good. Really good. Up, guys, to Flesh Eater. Okay, so when you consume corpses, you can force this faster by holding Corpse Explosion, or you can let it go off naturally by the sack ring. But if you're fighting really strong bosses, you want this to be off as quick as possible. Just hold down Corpse Explosion, and you get a massive 40x buff. So what we've done now, guys, we put Amplify back into the build. And the reason why this build works so well now, the Shroud of Death adds so much damage because of the passive stuff that it does. But this is the big hitter right here. So Amplify is basically giving us an enormous amount of elite damage. Okay. Once again, it gives 10x, gets to curse targets, which is done automatically for us. And then Amplify, guys, buffs all these blue nodes. Okay. And we're getting absolutely tons of elite damage. Like so much. And right now I'm getting 139% elite damage. And this is why all those bosses and elite packs during pits and stuff just get deleted pretty much instantly. It's brilliant. It's so cool to see your pets crit for like 10 billion. And just destroying these days is great. And also it's buffing all the extra damage percent here as well. So Amplify here, guys, is absolutely fantastic. If you've got enough points, you go up here, guys, and grab all this stuff here as well. Always have this first, though, Maximum Life. Maximum Life is the win, as always, man. Then, guys, the very last tree course is Blood Begets Blood. So we're forming Blood Orbs all the time from Tendrils. Blood Orbs grant 10% increased damage up to 50x for 5 seconds, okay? So as your Tendrils goes automatically, or you cast it manually, you'll generate blood orbs, okay? Pick them up and just watch the pets just blast everything to the floor. And last, guys, at least, of course, is Essence, okay? Now, Essence is really important to max this out first, okay? So get all the other stuff done baseline first, like Control, Amplify, Corporeal, etc., Dead Razor. Just have that on the minimum. Any spare points you've got, just pump this node here as much as possible. Grab every dex node you can and increase the CHD bonus, okay? Right now, I'm getting 404% crit strike damage. All that's being buffed by the Grandfather as well. Okay, so you really want to max this out as quick as possible because it's a big bulk of your DPS. Okay, the other ones like Amplify and things like this, you only need the bare minimum. You don't get any more damage, a bit more intel in the range or anything like that. So it's just really Essence that you need to pump the remaining points you have, Paragon points in. And Corporeal don't need it either. Dead Razor don't need. And eventually, you start pumping Control with your spare Paragon points. And all the antennas give them more damage to crowd-controlled enemies. But yeah, so once you've got the basic tree online, you got everything activated. Try to get your glyphs guys to level 46 as quick as possible. There's any of the major builds I've put up, or even the golem builds I've put up on the channel, would do 46 easily in the pit. And get your glyphs leveled up, get the big radius, and upgrade S's as quick as you can. And you go smash, guys. Go smash big. Brilliant. There's one thing left, and that is the Mercs up. To achieve armor cap and resistance cap, guys, I have to use right here, okay? So we are achieving cap. Well, I'm a little bit out on armor, just a touch, but honestly, few points doesn't really matter. Okay, and we're all capped out, yeah. So right here, guys, is awesome. And he also has got a really good damage buff. So we've gone down this way as well. Okay, ground slam into Rahir's Aegis. Rahir gives me 15% all res. This helps me cap when I'm solo. If you're playing in a group and you're not capped, you can just use an incense to help you cap as well. Okay, just a craft one. Then, guys, Sebastian for the damage reduction down to this one here, man. For the extra 25x damage buff. So Rahir is perfect for this. For your support character, anything you want, really. I'm currently trying out Subo. I quite like his Rain of Arrows. I'm quite liking the cover fire at the moment, which is kind of cool. But anything you want, man. I think probably Variana is probably the best one to use at the moment. But I'm kind of using Subo. I kind of like seeing the physical volley of arrows come in. And hopefully that's being buffed on my physical damage bonus. I'm not too sure if it does or not. But it's always good, cool to see him pop in, man. But support Merc, ever you fancy. Variana's probably best because she gives you attack speed sort of thing. So, you know, help you cap a little bit. And there you go, guys. That is the build. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Enjoy. Lazy Mage, That Game Edition version 2. Go grab a beer. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching.